Hi Jennifer, it's Claudia. It's Monday night. It's the 8th of April, 2013. And I'm up late finishing the dishes and some protein muffins for Maddie for tomorrow. She has a track event, whatever it's called, meet. And I've wanted to write back to you since I got your beautiful book, which I have here, and didn't get to it, and then I thought, well, maybe I'll try a video, and if it works, I'll send it, and if it's really awful, I won't. I hardly know where to begin with you, as trite as that is. I can tell you where I'm at right now. I have been having a lot of problems with my health, which is no news, but they keep evolving and morphing and turning into really strange things. Right now, it's a strep throat kind of thing, but tonight it became very hopeful for the first time in a few months when I found something on ABC Homeopathy that described so many things that are going on with me. They've put me on antibiotics and all that stuff, and it's not happening. And I'm very fatigued, and it's not mono. I think I probably said that, but anyway. And it's very uncomfortable and debilitating, and I really want to be over with it. And I guess if I were to sum it all up, I'd say that I never ever expected cancer to change my life this way, or the decisions that I would make about it, the not having a roadmap for it. I just had no idea who I would become, who I would be from moment to moment. And sometimes have been harder than others, and sometimes have been very hopeful. Robert isn't doing a lot of work, but he is teaching himself to play guitar, and he's a wonderful, he's a born guitar player. He has a gorgeous voice, and when I listen to him strum, it's a pleasure. It's not like the heck it was with other people that I've lived with who were learning an instrument. This is really nice, and it's just something special about Robert. And then when he sings, it's even nicer. And I have a new friend in AA. I started out as a sponsor to her, and I think I'm a sponsor again now. She was drinking for a while, so I called off the sponsorship for a while, but now she seems pretty serious about it, and she's learned to play guitar too with Robert, so that's great. A lot of interesting things. I don't know what's happening where you are, and that's what I really wish this conversation would be, and I hope you'll find a way to return this in some way. What I want to know is what's going on with you more than anything. There's so many things I want to know. Yeah, in this family, we don't have very much money, and the whole cancer thing, and then we found out we had radon in the house that was off the charts, and I don't remember if you were up on that or not, but it most certainly caused Maddie's cancer, and Robert has some interesting numbers, and it could have helped to cause my breast cancer. There's none in my family, so who knows? but we don't have any kind of a case, I don't think, and so, I don't know, I guess about 6 or 7 months ago, I've been through so many deep depressions, and then thinking I was going to, move away from it, and I had the key this time 1,000 times, and instead this time I just sort of stayed in a hole for a few weeks or months or whatever it was, and I just accepted that the world was full of evil and horrible things and full of beauty that was indescribable, and that I couldn't describe how it touched me. It's beauty is such a weak word, and um, and so I decided that's what we have, and it's no longer a matter of, as I say in my book, but it wasn't in my heart. I said something like, you've accepted something when you've stopped saying it should have been or it shouldn't have been. And that never really reached my heart until maybe 8 months ago or whatever it was. And when it did, I had a lot of peace, and a lot of judgments were thrown out the window. And they haven't come back. So it's a much nicer way to live, and I decided during that time that Robert and I didn't have to have stuff. I mean, we have to have certain stuff while Maddie's here, true. But if we wanted to, we could go to Costa Rica or wherever we wanted to and take whatever money we had from selling the house, if we have any, and buy a small piece of land and farm it, and Robert could build a little home, and we could eat really well and live in a beautiful climate for the rest of our lives, getting to know each other over the tending the garden, and so I guess that's sort of where I'm at. And some things are happening with the Biting Back book. I have a reading this week, and then there is going to be that expo sometime by the end of the month, I hope, or maybe early May now. But anyway, I know they're going to do it because they've budgeted for it in Vancouver, Washington. And that's going to be pretty exciting because these groups of slayers, they've been doing this program together for people who need life skills, and I saw copies of the workbooks that they do, and they are excellent, and so it's a pretty big hit over there, and they've asked me to come and speak and read, and they asked me if I would write a second book on parenting a vampire. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that Maddie was the key to many of my solutions with vampires. So that's exciting. I have a rough draft in my mind, but I keep getting knocked over by these illnesses. I keep wiping my eyes. I have had something that at least they said was strep throat, but it's been much stranger than that for the last maybe 2 months. And it just goes on like that. I just don't know who I would have been without the cancer. It seemed to be going along so well, and I have some sadness about that, that's for sure. Maddie is going to be 16 in May. She's an A and B student, and she could easily get straight A's, but her social life is very happy, and her heart is very much in it. And it stopped me for a second there. And she's a really good person. She says she has a lot of conscience. And like her dad, she doesn't speak for a long time, sometimes never, about the way she feels about things. On the other hand, every day after school or after track, she comes home and tells me all the things that happened during the day, or all that are in my realm, and so that's great. My mom is 90 now, and I went to see her a couple times because she got real sick a few months back, and Julia has now moved to Pleasant Prairie, to a very large home there, and then now has an apartment in Chicago, and she's still with Tim, and I'm still hoping for a happy marriage for them and a happy ending that starts right now. I think she's getting better. Joan seems to be getting better, and AA is booming, and it's really neat. I really think there was something to the December 21st thing. I don't know, except the only thing I'm aware of is that it seems as if there's a wind at the back in each of us for whatever our highest good is, or our highest ambition is, the one that would serve the greatest purpose. There seems to be a lot of unity happening, or squabbling on the other end. But it seems that the squabbling and the ickiness part just doesn't fit anymore. And I hope I'm right, and I'm not imagining all this, but it's happening around here anyway. And that's what I have to tell you. I dream of going somewhere for 2 weeks, 10 days, whatever, where they would watch every food, every bite of food or drink of whatever, or pill or vitamin or whatever it is I was taking, went in, and doctors would then assess what was the best holistic life for me. And then I could continue with getting off the last of the medicines. I can't remember where we were last time, but I got pretty far. And, but of course I wasn't satisfied because it wasn't, done, not perfectly clean, and I couldn't get the right tools to make it go further. That was as far as I could take it, and then I was getting sick a lot, and it's just a stupid life. I mean, anyway, and it's boring to talk about, but I kind of have to fill you in. So that's that. If I can find a place that'll let me make payments slowly or something, because I have so much living to do, so much. I spent a lot of time in this last 2 months with this strep throat. Well, at least they know there was that much. Dreaming of living, and I want to get it. I want to get to it. As for you, I want to know how you're feeling. I want to know what you do daily, and how Tom is, and how your marriage is, and how your beautiful children are, and where your heart is today. I know how corny that sounds, but what you're looking for, and of course what you're writing.